Welcome back to Bleach, episode 10. We are gonna start out this video with Ichigo, Kon, Renji, and Oh-Etsu. The reason for this is because Unohana and Kenpachi, that fight was amazing, and I want to save that for the second half of this video. Our heroes are greeted by Oh-Etsu, the Blade God. I have no idea what Shikayuro means, but if anybody out there does, please let me know in the comments. Our heroes go to Galaxy HoohDen. There's a joke in there somewhere, like HoohDen, get it? Get it? Okay. I just love Kon. What a champ. Look at that guy. He knows what to appreciate in life. Ichigo knew not to fall for the ladies. He knew this was a little bit suspect. Oh-Etsu shows them the HoohDen official greeting. Look at them legs. He got some weird hair going on down there. After much hesitation, Ichigo and Renji do it too.
Nice pose!
This obviously was a joke. This reminds me of Licorice Recoil. We had those Chisato thighs. In the history of Bleach, there are a ton of strong ladies, and Mera is no slouch. I love her hair color too, it's really awesome. She takes them to the real HoohDen, which looks like a rundown shed. Kon wasn't too pleased to be there. Oh-Etsu didn't like it either. This was the classic "there's no floor in the house" joke. It feels like a Home Alone movie. Oh-Etsu clues them in that those ladies they saw earlier in the fake HoohDen, they were actually Zanpakuto. And it was good that they didn't touch them because they probably would have been cut. He also shows them their Zanpakuto are easily broken because they don't love them. I feel Zangetsu was probably saying something roughly like that back in the day to Ichigo. In order to restore their swords, they will have to survive the attack by the Asauchi. Asauchi are the nameless Zanpakuto temporarily issued to the over 6,000 members of the 13 Court Squad during their time in the academy. They are officially issued to them when they become a squad member. Their Asauchi becomes their best friend during that training period. Kind of like when you get a new puppy or a kitten, they are imprinted to you. Oh-Etsu says they aren't happy with how their Zanpakuto were treated, and because of this, they're going to attack them very aggressively. After 71 hours and 48 minutes have gone by, Renji is still standing, but surprisingly, Ichigo is on the ground and fails the test. He was not chosen by the Asauchi. On the plus side, that means Zangetsu can actually be repaired. So Ichigo is sent back to the real world to discover his roots. He finds himself outside the Kurosaki Clinic. I wonder if this means he's going back into the past to act like an observer, or he's actually showing up in the current day. We'll have to see that on episode 11. This fight hurt me so much because of how it ended. Zaraki got destroyed the whole time. Let's be real. He got beat up. That was the whole point about this, so that he could unlock his true powers. I was shocked like Zaraki, and I wished I blacked out, and this was all a dream. Unfortunately, this was totally real. I was trying to count how many times he died. Maybe in the manga it said, so if it did, please let me know down there in the comments, but they didn't show that in the anime. On top of it was Zaraki. Unohana needed someone to fight since she was getting bored, and Zaraki wanted someone worthy of battle. He needed somebody because he was bored as well. Unohana had a great time during that battle, even though she got stabbed in the chest. It is a weird thing to say that you were excited about getting stabbed in the chest, but I guess if you're really bored and you wanted someone to fight, getting stabbed in the chest meant just love. She explained how Zaraki put a limiter on himself so that he could feel the thrill of battle. For me, the easiest way to explain that is when you play a kid in a game. You don't go into boss mode on the little kids, right? You mess around enough and let them get close to feel like they could possibly win. That's what most people do anyways. I go in the full boss mode. I'm not letting this kid win. Another way to see it is like Dragon Ball Z. You don't let your power level go above 9,000. So he didn't have Saiyan powers, he just had emotional issues. To pull that power out of Zaraki, Unohana just had to keep killing him over and over again and reviving him every time so that he can pull out those limiters.
だからこそ私はあなたを癒しましょう。何度でも何度でも。
I wonder what she was doing when she was waiting for him to revive. In the anime, it made it look like he would come back to life instantly, but there's no way that actually works that way, right? I bet she took a break, had a little sandwich, but the hard part was getting back into the pose so that he wouldn't know that she moved and did other things in between. So finally, she does actually take some hits. She uses her healing skills to patch herself up, and then she finally said the word that we've been waiting for.
Bankai.
I will tell you, I got goosebumps out of that. I wonder if anybody else did. I know, we got them nerd chills.
Inazuki.
I love the part when she said playtime is over. I know Magneto in Marvel vs. Capcom, he says playtime is ended, but you know what? Close enough. I do love Magneto and I do love Unohana. They are both really cool in that very moment. The battle was awesome. Unohana used her bankai with the blood everywhere and Zaraki finally awakening his full power. The red battle aura reminded me of Freddy Krueger or Fiend versus Seth Rollins. I know those are two different things, but it still had that nice red glow on it, and you know that that meant this was a different kind of battle. This was a battle to the death.
さようなら。見事です。Zaraki Kenpachi.
No, that wasn't fucking magnificent, Unohana. You are freaking dead. He stabbed you and you are laying there dying. I honestly hate tradition. There had to be a way to keep both of them alive and pass on the power and title. Can you imagine with this battle with the Quincy's that you wouldn't want to somehow figure out a way to have Unohana still be alive and then Zaraki with his unlimited power?
はじめまして、Zaraki Kenpachi. 私の名は
Eventually, hopefully that means that he's going to unlock his bankai. I can't imagine what that even would be like. The funny part is we are left with a cliffhanger on what the sword's name actually was. And that was the end of episode 10. I guess episode 11 we will see what Ichigo is going to do, if he's in the past, if he's in the present, and how he's going to discover his root. I also doubt we will know that Zaraki's sword until he's in a battle in the future. I wonder if we're going to see Isane find Unohana's body and, you know, deal with all of that. Also, Unohana pictured Zaraki fighting the big boss Quincy. So does that mean those two will be paired up at the very end to the death? If that is true, then Ichigo still has to fight someone. So I wonder if Aizen comes back into the picture at all. We get to see an actual rematch between the two of them. This episode was a lot of fun, but had a lot of heartache for me in there because I really actually grew to love Unohana. I'll catch you all later for episode 11.